Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you guys for the second challenge that Royal Agrifirm are doing with us at AgTech Garage. In this particularly challenge, they are looking for technological solutions for agribusiness for the fiber valorization at the ag food chain. So, first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm a community manager here at AgTech Garage, Murilo Carvalho, and I am responsible for Royal Agrifirm Group value generation at the open innovation community. And for the presentation of Royal Agrifirm, I'd like to welcome Marc Auffret. So, welcome, Marc.
Thank you, Mario. So I'm Marc Auffret. I'm living in Brittany in France and working for the Royal Agrifirm Group. So I have a background in microbiology. My position in Agrifirm is as a researcher, but also part of the Scouting Alliance team, trying to bring innovation to support R&D and the business in Agrifirm.
That's great, Marc.
I'm happy to be here today.
Really nice. Thank you for your introduction. And first of all, Marc, I'd like to ask you more about Royal Agrifirm. Where are Royal Agrifirm located in nowadays?
So the Royal Agrifirm Group, historically, it's a more than 100 years old company. It's historically located in the Netherlands, in Europe. But today, the group is worldwide, with location in LATAM, in Brazil, also in China, North America, across different countries in Europe. There are also different business units. So the main one is Agrifirm. It's an agriculture cooperative of more than 10,000 Dutch farmers producing livestock animals, but also crops production. And other kind of business units include Bonda, which is a business unit specialized in circular feed solution. So basically, they are collecting or buying, let's say, residues or byproduct from other kind of industries like brewing companies, and transforming or converting or valorizing this kind of byproduct into new type of feed for livestock animals, but also for other kind of application.
And in this particular challenge, what are going to be the relations with Bonda?
So the idea is today with the challenge is to directly interact potential startups, bringing new technologies with my team doing innovation, and depending of the readiness and the level of the technology, if it fits with what we are looking for, the Bonda will be our end customer, and the idea will be after that to apply it or to support Bonda's Bonda business and activities through this new technology or new product.
Okay, and this particular challenge, this particular theme actually are really aligned with 6 global goals of Royal Agrifirm Group, right? That are these ones.
Yeah, so Agrifirm defined its strategy now over the last 1 or 2 years ago, even if the strategy is refined more or less every year because of different change in the business and the environment. But yes, today there are like 6 major strategies or goals. So sustainable income, better efficiency, animal health, healthy soil, transparent food chains, and climate-friendly production. And this challenge is perfectly fitting with 3 of these goals. So sustainable income, also climate-friendly production, because for example, for livestock production, animals could eat like soya coming from Brazil. And if we are able to find, let's say, plant residues that will be able to be local, so basically having a lower carbon footprint, or plant residue rich in fibers that could be converted to develop new product, to be more efficient, and also at the end to have a lower carbon footprint. So basically to have a more sustainable income at the end. So yeah, these three, so climate-friendly production, better efficiency, and sustainable income will be the three goals covered by this challenge.
I think that is really nice that Royal Agrifirm are positioning themselves in the innovation community, showing them that the challenge that you guys are presenting are really aligned with the global goals objective of the company. I think that is really interesting. That shows off that making those relations with startup are really in the pipeline of Royal Agrifirm. Talking about more the challenge, Mark, I would like to ask you if you could tell more about the challenge itself. So, what kind of process are Royal Agrifirm looking to solve or to improve?
Yep. So, as I said, within Agrifirm, we have farmers producing crops. It could be potatoes, it could be onions, it could be also other kind of crops. And after the harvesting, you can get a lot of plant residues. And today, these plant residues are not fully valorized, or they will be only incorporated in the soil as or mixed with manure as organic fertilizer. And we believe that this plant residue could be better valorized, because when you look at, let's say, chemical or nutritional compositions, there's a lot of proteins, lipids, fibers that could bring additional value and generate new revenues. So what we are looking or interested to do is to do a bit different of what is done today. So there are a lot of companies that are applying physical or chemical treatment to treat this kind of plant residues, which is fine, but the application is maybe still a bit limited, and we believe that there are ways of getting or better valorize this plant residue, and it's through biotechnology or using microorganisms or the enzymes to convert or transform plant fibers into new kind of products or metabolites, or even microbial biomass, which is today could be used as alternative proteins. So really the key focus of this challenge is, as I said, to convert cellulose or sugar or other kind of component from the plant residue using microorganisms or enzyme at the pre-treatment or post-treatment. Could also be in complementing or in collaboration with other kind of treatment, could be physical or chemical treatment. But we believe that the biological or microbial treatment will add something better. And at the end, we want a treatment or a process that will be cost efficient and also more sustainable in terms of fermentation compared to the current treatment or processes that are applied. In terms of objectives, it's really to look at startups or companies having processes that could really convert these byproducts or plant residues to cover different markets. It means different applications. It could be developing more soluble fibers that have a positive impact on gut health. It could be a development of or the production of new enzymes at the end through the microbial fermentation. This is why I said microbial processes could be pre or post treatment of the plant residues, also depending on the final products that we are looking for. And this is also why we are looking at the right partner to reach these kind of objectives. and to see, we have already a good idea of what we are looking for, but maybe some startups have also new ideas or new processes that could also fit within this challenge.
So this challenge you are really aiming for the feed and food market, right?
Yeah. So Agrifirm, it's partly a feed company, but we are also looking at the food market because there are more revenues that can be generated. Also because we have already some strong collaboration and partnership with worldwide companies that are our own customers, and we are some product or collaborating also to develop a more circular business with them. And we believe that with this challenge, it could be a kind of new tool also to reinforce this interaction with these food companies.
Mark, after the relations with the startup are done and the business is developed, do you think that this technology that Royal Agrifirm will get it is going to be to solve an internal problem of Royal Agrifirm, or it's going to be a solution that you guys are going to provide for your customers?
So when it's a matter of interacting with startup, it's really startup dependent, I would say. It's really depending at which level of readiness and if the technology is ready to be applied or still need to be co-developed. And ultimately, what we want is a technology or process or product that will help internally our business to be faster, more efficient, more sustainable, and to generate more revenues. But it could also be, if it's a product, something that we will put on the market, and it could be, in the Netherlands or in Europe, but also worldwide, if it's possible. So we are not limited at this stage, but the first, let's say, entry point will be the Netherlands because our main farmers are located in the Netherlands.
Okay. And for the last question about the challenge, what is the country that you guys are looking more for solutions? So you guys are looking for solutions in the Latin market, in the Europe market, or there is no problem in any of them. You guys just want a solution that fits for the challenge.
So if we want to stick to be sustainable, so all the plant residue will be from Europe, but the technology or the processes can be or can come from international startups or companies. It's only a matter at one point to adapt the process to plant residue coming from Europe. But now we have also business units in other countries. So if at one point we want to valorize plant residues, let's say from China, Brazil, or the United States, then this process could also could be adapted to this other market. But the priority today is really for the Dutch market, extended to European market, and then it could be extended worldwide.
Okay, that's great. So about the relations that you guys are looking for, what do you see that is going to be a mutual benefit between a Royal Agrifirm and the startup that you guys make relations with?
So really the idea, and it's with all the interactions that we are starting with startups, is really a win-win. So a startup has the speed and the flexibility at the beginning to go fast and to develop processes or product or technologies that could really support the activity and the business of Agrifirm, because it will take longer time for us to develop it internally. But really, because we are an international company, we can also bring our own network. We can co-develop, meaning we can support financially until a certain extent the co-development of the process of the product with a startup. But at the end, it's ready to for both companies to go faster, to have a process that will be mature enough to be applied commercially or at an industrial level, and that will benefit for both, for the startup to grow fast and to basically to be able to compete with its own competitors, and for Agrifirm to also go faster, to be more sustainable, and to basically fill a gap that we are not able to develop internally today.
Yes. And for the relations with startups you guys are looking, what do you think that what is the kind of relations that you will help them to scale, to improve expertise, and enter to the market? Are you guys looking to relations with them in business, co-development, to investment?
So at this stage, it really depends on which level of readiness the startup and its technology or product will be. Every option are open today, so it will be an open discussion. The first stage will be to discuss and also to evaluate which level the startup is and what is the best strategy option for the startup and Agrifirm to basically to do this win-win. Because some startups, their technology is ready and then it's only a matter of scaling up the production, and others is mostly to help them and to support them financially to do a co-development. And ultimately, it's also a matter of discussing in terms of intellectual property and these kind of things.
Oh, so really aligned with that you said, Mark. So Royal Agrifirm aren't looking specifically to any kind of relations. They are looking really abroad for that. This means that there is no barriers for level of development of the solution. Every kind of level of development can subscribe to the challenge.
So we're more interested by a high or medium level of readiness for the technology, because it reduces the risk or increase the success of this partnership. But we are still open at looking at startups at a low readiness level, because if the idea or the concept is very innovative and even disruptive, even if the risk level will be higher, potentially the amount of revenues generated could be also higher. So we'll do the screening and we will identify what is the best option for us.
Okay, so to the end of the roadshow, Mark, I'd like to make one last question. As this is the second challenge of the Royal Agrifirm with us, I'd like to know the outcome of the first one. What do you guys could provide for Royal Agrifirm in the first challenge?
So after the first challenge, two of my colleagues selected the right company or startups that were identified through the first challenge. And now they have started discussing in terms of collaboration to develop a product and to collaborate together. So really, with this kind of challenge, Agrifirm is really committed to develop collaboration and to find the right partner. It's not only to benchmark companies and do nothing.
Really nice. So for the end of it, everyone, I'd like to thank you, Mark, for being here with me to provide more details about the challenge of Royal Agrifirm Group. And for the end, I'd like to pass through the schedule of the challenge. So the registration will be by 1st of August until the 20th of August. I'd like to thank you, Mark, for joining us here and provide more details about the challenge. And to end our roadshow, I will pass through the schedule that we're going to have in the process of the challenge. So first of all, there is the registration. will be happening by 1st of August until 25th of August. The roadshow will be being posted at our landing page at 6th of August. The startup screening, or I mean the selection of the startups that applied to the challenge, will be happening by 25th of August until the end of August, or 30th of August. And the pitch day will happen 2 weeks later, in 12th of September. So this is going to be the schedule. At the end of the road show, we'll have a QR code that you guys can make questions for Agrifirm, and then they will be providing answers for the questions that you guys want to know more about the challenge or about Agrifirm itself. Okay, so I hope to see all entrepreneurs here who has a solution for this challenge, applying to the challenge to make relations with an international partner that AgTech Garage has relations with. So that's it, guys. Hope to see you next time. Thank you very much to be joining us in this conversation, and see you next time. Bye bye.